Okay, good night, everyone. Welcome as we learn the Mishna Yomis. This is a Mishna Yomis for Sunday, Yom Beis Shel Pesach. As we learn Mishnah Vav and Zion in the 7th parak of Idiyos, sponsored by Israel Fisher and family. Sponsored by Shlomo ben Avraham Levi, Perel Bas Ruvain. Also, Lina Nishmas ben Chaim, Lefu Shalem Yomis ben Chaisar, Yaakov ben Basileia for the schus of Avram ben Yam ben Ishmael his family. By your Klugman and family for their panos gesund and nachas. For my refuah Mishna ben Esther Fradel, Rivka bas Shulea, Avigdor Aryeh ben Rivka Dvar bas Shoshabina, Meir ben Chaisar. They should have a refuah Shalema b'Seg Shar Chayli Yisrael. Hey, Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Papias. Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Papias said, it's interesting, a shlomim, a peace offering, can be a female animal. And therefore, it could technically, Shelley could bring a shlomim, and it could give birth before he brings it to the Mizbech. Hey, Rabbi Yeshua, Rabbi Papias, al vlad shel shlomim, that a baby of a shlomim, sheyikrav shlomim, it could be offered up also as a shlomim. Vlad shlomim is a shlomim. Now, why not? So the problem is, the Rabbanim say we're afraid that Shelley might say, you know what? Let me keep the shlomim around, and let me breed more shlomim instead of having to buy. I'll have a bunch of shlomim. We don't want him to do that, because if he keeps the animal that he was mekadosh as a shlomim around, he might illegally work with it or shear its wool. So we say that the baby that's born has to be left to die. And that was the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer, I'm a shevalat shlomim lo yikrav shlomim. It can't be offered up as a shlomim, but rather it has to be left to die. But the chachamim yikrav, the chachamim say that it can be offered, and Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Papias say that the halach is like the chachamim. Rabbi Papias, and Rabbi Papias brings a proof. Ani meid, I give testimony. Shaisala para zifrei shlomim. We had a cow that was a shlomim. It gave birth. V'achalnua ba'Pesach. We slaughtered the cow on Pesach as a shlomim. Not bad to learn Pesach on Pesach. V'achalnu v'lada shlomim b'chag. And we ate its offspring that it gave birth to. We ate it on Shavuos. So we see that a vlad shlomim can be offered up as a shlomim. Mishna Zion tells us, Hey Me'idu, Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Papias also testified, Al aruchai shel nachtaimim, the shelves of the bakers. Now shelves are wooden, and they don't have a base kibble. They're called pshutei clay eights. Normally pshutei clay eights are not mekabel tumah, but they testified on the shelves of bakers, she'ein tameis. Those shelves are known to be vessels, and they're mekabel tumah. She'Rabbi Eliezer mitar. Now we have the famous case of the Tanner Shalach Noi. And finally, Rabbi Yeshua said, Torah loy b'shamayim. What was the case? Hey me'idu al Tanner, an oven, an earthenware oven, shechatachu chulyas. It became tamei, and we know an earthenware oven, ein la takana ela b'netitza. It has to be broken, so they cut it into pieces, into circles, and then they put it together by taking a circle, putting sand, another circle, sand, another circle, sand, another circle, and then they put clay around the whole thing. So, Heimehidu al Tanner shechatochu cholyas, that they cut into circles. V'nasan chol ben cholya l'cholya, they put sand in between each circle, and then they coated it with clay. Shehu tameh. The Rabbanan say that that's now considered one piece, and it could be susceptible to tumah. She'Rabbi Eliezer mitar. Rabbi Eliezer says it's not a keli, and it's tar. Another thing they testified, heim ye'idu shema'abernes hashana b'kol odar, that you could make a leap year the whole month of Adar. Because the others said, Ara Purim, you could only do it until Purim. Once they celebrated Purim, and they started darshaning the laws of Pesach 30 days before Pesach, we're afraid if we intercalate the year, the people will think that it's already Pesach because they started darshaning Pesach, and they'll keep the wrong Pesach. But they paskin that no, once they hear Bezdin intercalated the year, they'll know the real Pesach, and you could do it the entire other even after Purim. Hey Me'idu, they also testified, Shema Abrines Hashana ala Tnai. You can't intercalate the year without the Nasi's approval. But let's say the Nasi is away, they can intercalate the year conditionally with the Nasi's approval. And then if the Nasi approves, retroactively it's a good intercalation. Or Ma'aseh Rabbi Gamliel, there was such an incident with Rabbi Gamliel, Sha'alach lito reshus mehegmoin b'Surya. He went to seek permission from the Roman governor in Syria for something, and he wasn't around, Vishalava, he was delayed, and they intercalated the year conditional to his approval, V'ibru es hashana al t'nai, on the condition, Kishiyetz Rabbi Gamliel, if Rabbi Gamliel approves, Ukisheba Amar Reitzani, he says, I approve, V'nimtzas hashana mu'beres, and the year was retroactively intercalated. Okay, Rabbi said we're going to now do the next Mishnah Yomis, but I want to remind you that the Daf Yomi is at 8:15 the whole week at zoomdaf.com, meaning code RMMW. Also, if you would like to sponsor a share, 718-916-3100, RMMWSI at AOL.com.